Aries, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign. It's an intuitive reading, guys, so you take it how and where it resonates in your life. There are hundreds of videos on here on this channel for Aries, so please feel free to peruse. Whatever calls to you is meant for you. This is a lot. Okay, let me show you a little bit about, whoa, because this is just my baseline, right? We're just starting out here, guys. If you're interested in astrology, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where you can enjoy a week ahead in-depth astrology forecast for Aries or all 12 zodiac signs every week. So check that channel out after this video. I hope you subscribe there as well. And if you're looking for personal readings, yes, I do those. And I actually have some availability next week. Not this week anymore, but definitely next week. And you've got to go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com for that. What is going on? Let me say this preemptively. It's a deceptive week. And the deception comes from the concept that you can't. I've been hearing this message a lot and looking at the charts. I know this. And whatever week you're seeing this, whether when I upload it or 2 years afterward, it doesn't really matter. What matters is this is the energy you're in. And so this is the message that you need. And ultimately, Aries, what it's saying is, don't forget about the power of you to create your own world. And don't look at the resources that you see in front of you and judge them as nothing because they're not the finished product. They may be just the resources that you take to create the steps that will lead you to the next step to get the resources that you need to get to the next step. That's how life is. It's linear. It's like that. But there has to be a faith that is pulling you. And this is a tempting week, a tempting energy, an energy that wants to tempt us to believe we're stuck with what we have and we can't. And that's just a lie. In fact, it is the devil's lie because that's what we were put on this planet to do, to do, to grow. And it isn't a huge push. It isn't a huge, like triumph moment. The triumph is not believing the lie that this is as good as it gets. Because that's not we're not, that's not the gauge we're working on here. We're working on what I know is possible. And so it is about the slow and steady, tenacious steps forward. It's not about rushing at 100 miles an hour and getting instantaneous gratification. And that's how the devil's going to tempt you to give up. To say, oh, it's never going to happen. It's not possible. Oh, it's absolutely possible. We're going to get into it. Watch and wait comes out in the past. And we also have trust the magic. So what came out? They all came out together. Watch and wait and trust the magic. Believe in yourself. You've been working on something a while. Tend to the small things. So there were little details and particulars, as well as maybe some toxins that you had to go through or suss out, like cleaning out an old building, like get rid of the vermin, right? And be peace. It's almost like, so the past was something to make peace with. And then we have time to let go. Being able to, those stuff that eat away at your heart, being able to get to a point where it doesn't impact you anymore, right? Releasing it. Truth transcends illusion, knowing that this pain doesn't define you, or what you've been through doesn't define you, and really, really, really finding your faith. And that's what's happening now, right? So we go from the past, which I discussed, and then we go to right here is letting go of all those preconceived notions or difficult things that we drummed to the surface and had to deal with, leaving those in the past. Truth transcends illusion. So there is a sense of now is the time when we get to connect once again, not just to reality, but to truth. And truth transcends reality as well as illusion. Because I think reality is the greatest illusion. It is the rules and right. It's the experience that we have to have. That's why we were put here. But it is also illusionary in that it can't grow or it can't change, because it can. Co-create with spirit. And so this is definitely finding your faith or bringing your dreams into reality. And then we have you are never alone. This is coming in the future. And look at this. Love, togetherness, connectivity. As long as you see it and believe it, it's possible. Playfulness. Not necessarily keeping things shallow, but keeping things light and jovial. Take a leap of faith. So this is a bunch of good luck. Turn knowledge into wisdom, trusting your instincts, right? Claim your independence. This is a sense of self-authority, personal authority. Embrace the in-between, and spirit has your back. I think that you're definitely going to dive into a more mature understanding of who you are and what you're capable of. Embrace the in-between is certainly like allowing there to be other contributors except for you, and in addition to you, to allow the transition to work. Claim your independence as personal authority. That's Aries energy. Turn knowledge into wisdom. See, this is not necessarily like being single. That's the thing. Claim your independence is also claim your independence from these bad lessons you've learned. Right? It's claiming your independence from the rules around you, the status quo, what you've always done before. I want to dig in with tarot. Let's go. I know this has been a long introduction, but it is what it is. Remember, there's always an extended reading. Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you over there. The links are down below in the description box. There's 2 of them now because I upload everything to my website. For those of you who can't stand the Vimeo experience, you can log in on my website as well and purchase them there. www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. So there's something coming up here this week that you're going to have to face, and that is some sort of defeat. Some sort of it's over. Some sort of loss. The question is, do you run away? Do you stay put? Or do you fight? And neither is right or wrong. It's just right or wrong for the circumstance. So let's see what Aries should do. So what should they really do, God? Justice is here. Something about being balanced and fair, but also about partnership. And the divine opposite, right, of Aries is Libra, and Libra comes out. It's standing your ground. So this is fighting and not giving up. Like a decision, the correct decision would be to not give up. When you feel like you've been defeated, do not give up. Do not accept defeat, okay? That is an Aries thing to do. Why? What's going on this week that Aries needs to be insistent? Heavy burdens are here. So stuff really weighing you down. A lot of extra work or a lot of extra hardships. A lot of it that you kind of made more difficult for yourself, I have to say. Especially, there's a lot of emotions here. Something's very emotional. And I think it's emotions that are hyper burdening you right now. And making things feel a lot heavier than they really are. Remember, Aries, emotions are just the emotions are nothing more than psychic defecation. They are excrement of your psyche. It is important, in fact, necessary to feel, but you don't keep your excrement around. The importance of emotions is that they are indicators of what you are experiencing internally. They are measurements of that, and so they can help you understand what's causing the chaos inside of you, but they are stuff that you have to get rid of and flush. You don't keep them near you, right? So this is a sense of your emotions are overburdening you, most likely because you're giving them too much weight. It's a feeling, and the process is important, but it's also important to let it go. What's the moon card here for? Maybe there are secrets that are sort of burdening you, or emotions that you haven't allowed yourself to share. The sun card is here. We have the sun and moon. Well, that's an indication of course, this new moon that just passed by. Of course, it could also be the full moon coming up. But what I think is honestly being able to bring things to light. The sun card here is some sort of success. You can be successful this week facing your emotions, handling them, and releasing them. Fighting for a relationship, even if it is emotionally murky or mucky, is really important to do. To not let somebody give up on you and not give up on yourself. Like, don't do it. Don't allow that to happen. Let me get a moon card because those are important. What does the moon want to tell us? Conclusions are within reach. This is full moon eclipse. So within the next 2 weeks. And then we have new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. This is about sharing the burdens that have been building inside of you with somebody. Communication is key, and hold your vision. So what is it saying? As bad as it seems something is going to get this week, it's not supposed to end. It's certainly not supposed to stop or end this vision of yours, right? This thing that you know is very important to you. There's some sort of talk, maybe information that's coming in. I think it's that you have to discuss. You have to open your mouth and talk to somebody. Conclusions are within reach. Communication is key. Hold your vision. You will be able to salvage this. I don't know what this is, but you will be able to salvage this. What do they need to talk about? Two of Swords, something that you've had a hard time deciding on. And the reason why you've had a hard time deciding on it is because you don't have enough information. You feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. You feel like there's neither decision on the table is something that you want now. Honestly, because there's such high expectations here. 10 of Cups is there is happiness available for you. How does all this, okay, so we have the Two of Swords. Making peace with not deciding until the truth comes and you're certain, maybe even becoming resolute on how important somebody or your family is to you. But I do believe there will be this beautiful resolution of knowing exactly where your heart is to make you happy. What is this? Almost like you didn't even, like you didn't even know it was coming. Some good news comes to help you out. Let's get a little bit more into this. What is the good news? What is the good news? Okay. The good news is that you didn't give up. You're going to be very, very happy that you didn't. Oh, Aries. Oh, this is in reverse. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What's the good news? So the Emperor in reverse is somebody who is actually a very weak person or feels very diminished and outside of themselves. And 9 of Pentacles is somebody who's not respected or it's just like this sense of you feeling or fighting the feeling that you're worthless and that people don't respect you and that you're not capable. Because even if they don't respect you, it doesn't mean you're not capable. Don't let them tell you who you are. And it's easier said than done, and this is the challenge you're facing this week. This sense of also maybe fighting somebody outside of you that is very diminished and very shitty and likes to bully because there's no way they could fight fair. You might be actually dealing with somebody like that. But the Emperor is here. It usually represents you. 9 of Pentacles is somebody who just doesn't want to be on their own or independent. Or somebody who doesn't know how. And then we have 8 of Pentacles, which is working really hard. I feel like there's this energy right now that you really don't understand your own value, or you're going through an emotional time where you're questioning, and it's based on a lot of shit, right? That you've experienced, and it's coming out. It needs to purge. That's not your truth. Your truth is you're capable. But I want to dig a little bit deeper, and your truth is that things are actually work out fine. But it will get worse over this week before it starts to get better at the end of this week. Let's go deeper. I'll see you guys in the extended.